Well, hello, hip senior community. My name is Krista Powers of Potere Coaching. And as a coach, I really believe one of the foundation beliefs is that every person is powerful and important. And one of the ways to really discover and get in touch with that truth in my belief, is to tap into our hopes and dreams, which is the focus of the January Hip Senior article that I contributed. So I hope you've had a chance to read that. If not, certainly link back to it and you can read the article. And what I'm especially excited about is I've had the opportunity to interview three amazing human beings. And today is the third of our interviews with an exceptional woman, Sandi Stonebraker, who also goes by Stoney. So I'm just delighted that we're here together in this virtual world and able to reach out to others as well. So Sandi is the owner of Stoney's Village Toy Shop in Covington. We're both proud Covingtonians. She is an artist, a musician, an active community member, a mother, a grandmother, a friend, and just really an all-around amazing human being. So I'm thrilled to share her with you. And Stoney, I don't know how long we've known each other. I can't quite pinpoint what the moment was in some Covington event. But my goodness, the very moment I met you, I was just drawn into and attracted by your energy and your joy and your creativity. And I know that I am not alone in that. That is who you are and what you bring to the world. So I guess I'd love to just jump right in and ask you, what are your thoughts about dreams and dream lists and bucket lists?
Well, after those accolades, I'm not sure I can live up to that, but I'll try. So by the time you get to be 78, you print a lot of things off your bucket list. And I'm very grateful for all the opportunities I've had to accomplish things. Like, 23 years ago, I moved here from Atlanta and turned the ground floor of this house into what is now a successful toy shop. I've been able to manifest my music, my love for music in several ways in different events that I've participated in. So, but I do still have dreams. Okay, I'm never going to stop dreaming. And there are a lot of things that I dream about. I dream about, well, I traveled internationally, so I've already ticked that off of my bucket list, thankfully, under the circumstances we're living in right now. But I'm looking forward to exploring some of the nooks and crannies in this region, which I haven't taken time to do because I've been in my toy shop. So I know that I need to have something to look forward to, a project or an event. That's what keeps me moving. And I think it does everyone in that area.
I guess where I perhaps see the exception in you is, like I said, you are just this endless fountain of joy and energy and passion. I mean, what I've seen from you, you have learned and taught ukulele. You have decided to take singing lessons and have a concert. You have shared your story. You have reinvented your toy shop. I mean, just so many things that I've seen. And so I guess my question is, where does that source of passion come from?
Well, I am a pretty happy person. And maybe I have to go back to my childhood, which was pretty dramatic, violent at times. I mean, it was a pretty bad scene. But somehow I had this inside me that there's always going to be a better day. I put great stock in the word hope. That has become a very important word in my life. So, the passion, I'm not sure where the passion comes from. I think that your passion is magnified when you find something that you really care about. And for me, it is music, art, kids. Those are probably the areas that I've really conjure up emotion inside me and feel the passion for.
Yeah, so you've been able to focus in and make sure that those things that juice you up are part of your daily life, essentially, or weekly and monthly life. Gotcha. So, I mean, we're human, right? You must hit moments when it's not flowing. You're not feeling the energy, um, the joy, the motivation. How do you move through those moments?
Yeah, I have those moments. We all do, don't we?
Yes.
One thing that I do that helps is I allow myself to have those moments.
Hmm.
There are times when I don't feel like painting. There are times when I don't feel like playing my ukulele. There are times when I want to sit in my chair, and I say to myself, "That's okay. I can have this. I will move through this, and I'll be back to where I need to be." But I think that's kind of important to allow yourself to know that you're not going to be on top of the mountain all the time. You're going to have those moments, and that's okay. It doesn't erode for who you are.
Mm. It's I in the interview before this, the second of the three, I routinely think about and talk about the whole concept of human beings versus human doings. And your point of it's not going to erode who you are, and just about the source of who we are. It's not what our outputs and what we do and what we accomplish. We're allowed to pause and be reflective and have space for ourselves. And that's a tricky thing in our culture.
It is a tricky thing. One other thing I was going to mention, what I do when I'm in that space and feel like, I can't do anything, I review what I've done. I will go back and look at my art, or I will get on Facebook and look at some of the events that I participated in. And that kind of helped. I'm still a person. I can still do that. I'm going to get through this.
I like that. That's super tactical and tangible. I like that a lot. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I know too that you have a passion for animals. You have two sweet ones in your life, right? A dog and a cat.
I do. And I love that they're like, that's another thing that I do when I'm having a hard time is gathering my animals on my lap. They're both small, so they fit. But and just feeling them, petting them. Yeah.
Well, and you and I are both single women, and so I think having something to connect with, a furry little love and animal in our life is something that's really important. And of course, we have relationships and community and family. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it's such a source of goodness in life as well.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Awesome. So if we go back to, and if I just poke a little bit more at the idea of, I talked about when your energy is waning maybe, and you give yourself permission to just sit and just be. Is that something that you do for yourself and you build into your routine so that you don't hit lows as often, that you kind of find a pace of being active and pursuing passions, but then also finding time to be still and continue to dream and all of those components of life?
I spend quite a bit of time dreaming. I think I dream all the time while I'm walking around. But I also am aware of my biorhythms, which is how I feel during different times of the day. And I know that my mornings are my most productive times. If I don't have it accomplished by 2, let that happen. So I'm aware of that, and I try to program my day that way.
What a good point. Do you also find that your biorhythms go with the seasons? I mean, certainly you have every 24-hour, but are there certain seasons of the year also that you're like really grooving, and others where maybe you do that hibernation?
Well, Krista, you know that we've gone through how many days of cloudy, gray skies. And I have to admit, that is tough and it makes a difference. is always there. I do treat myself. I am dealing now with, and recently I'm dealing with this, that I am enough. I struggle with needing to be productive all the time, and I don't have to be productive all the time. So that has been the gift that I'm trying to give myself. I can sit and watch Netflix in the evening, and it's okay. I don't have to be productive. So yeah, so that helps in the winter, especially.
Sure. Oh, I love that. Yes. And it's always, I'm grateful for you saying that. Continuing to know my own worth is something that I do at age 43, and you at age 78, as you mentioned, that it's a daily practice. I think that we continue to grow into and perhaps have a ongoing depth of understanding and appreciation for ourselves. So it's the journey, right? Not the destination.
I'm loving my journey.
Yeah. So the HIP senior is for people who are 55 and older. And I'm curious, when I reached out to you first, I said, hey, this is for people 55 and older. So that's, the type of person I want to interview, and someone who is living life and just really awesome and passionate and juicy. And that's you. I thought of you immediately. And I thought, well, I don't even know how old you are, and you were kind enough to tell me. And my goodness, I just feel like you're a peer as well as a mentor, and I'm so grateful. And I'm curious, what advice do you have for others in this season of life of 55 and up?
Well, being happy is a choice. It's not an automatic thing. And I believe in affirmations. I believe in saying things even when I don't feel them, because if I say them enough, eventually I will feel them. But I did want to mention, because at 55, it might not be happening yet, but by the time you get to be 78, you're forgetting people's names. Things are happening. And Sanjay Gupta has recently gotten a lot of press for his information on the fact that we could continue to grow brain cells, which was like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to do the next 20 years, is grow brain cells. And he says you do that by stepping outside your comfort zone and learning something new, using something new, and teaching it to someone else. Those are the 3 steps that will really help to accelerate the growth of your brain cells. So I've been thinking about that. And I'm going to learn to speak Spanish.
You are?
Yes. So I can speak Spanish for the next 20 years. Yeah, and it can be anything. Learning to play chess, but something that you don't normally do, because repetitive, I can paint every day, but I don't think that would be outside some days it's outside my comfort zone. But it's not the same thing that Dr. Gupta is talking about. So that's my advice. And just be happy, be thankful. Words have power, so don't even say those negative words. Talk out loud to yourself with positive words. And it's a great journey. I love it. I'm happy.
Oh, and you just and the world knows you're happy just by looking at you. And my goodness, passing you, walking your dog, like your energy exudes. So I am so grateful for you. I am so happy I landed in Covington and found you somehow, because you, woman, are beyond inspiring to me. And what, these little nuggets you've shared about hope and awareness and giving ourselves time to pause and continuing to grow our brain cells. I'm on fire right now. I'm so excited. So thank you for just pouring into me and being willing to share with others. I think the world of you, Stoney.
Krista, you know that I love you, and I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about it's like he's 78.
Perhaps.
Why? Was when I loaded up a van and one of those big trucks and drove up here, pulling my car to Covington. I was 55 when I did that. So, yeah, from Atlanta.
And that's when you bought the house and you converted the first floor into a toy shop. Oh, see, I did not know that. I love that. Wow. And you mentioned a successful toy shop. I mean, it draws people from all over. Actually, can you just say a little bit more real quick about that? Because while I know we're doing this to help people grow and plug into their hopes and dreams, I do want people to know what you're doing and what's available here in the tri-state.
Okay, so my toy shop contains a lot of wooden toys. Some toys that people think are very traditional, they can be handed down. They don't have battery operated because if the battery does everything, what does the child do?
Yes.
And I've recently added a book nook to my shop, so I'm going to be carrying more books. I have ukuleles, I have the steel tongue drums. When we are under COVID restrictions, I have tea parties and different events in my backyard. My patio is completed now with the bar. So yeah, just normally, this is not normal. Normally, at Christmas time, we have music on my front porch with, instruments, and I give little shakers to all people so they can join in and sing along with the Christmas carols. So, I feel real need to reach out to this community and not just sell the toys, but involve them in things. And right now, since I've had all this time, I've been thinking about what more can I give? What can I do for the children of this area? And speaking of that, when you mentioned walking my dog, I make an effort to smile and say hello to everyone. And one of my friends said, you hugged a man that I would walk across the street and want to fight them. I don't feel that way. I think everybody's important. I think kindness, we need so much kindness right now. And it makes me feel better. And I've gotten smiles out of people that I thought I'd never would be able to get a smile from. Just by saying, good morning, how you doing? Kindness.
And it's so easy. I mean, you're smiling as you're walking your dog. And yet your point is we need to remind each other and invite each other to do that, to make sure that we're all stepping up. And what more can I do? You said for the children of Covington, what more can I do? And it's not about getting busy. It's really about being reflective and getting clear and intentional and then taking action. Oh my goodness. I just am so excited about you. You are the human being that the world needs. And you are the exact example of being powerful and important. And I just, oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you. Your shop it's a magical and whimsical place. So I would encourage anyone who lives somewhere in the tri-state to get to Main Strasse in Covington and to check out Stoney's Toy Shop. It's just phenomenal. You will not regret it. You will go and get lost. I've been there with my godchildren and their eyes are just big and they're just encased in joy and wonderment and engagement. And it's cool. And I think by us as adults plugging into the wonder and awe of children, we also benefit and we remember and we come alive with that joy as well. So thank you for creating that space and a venue for that to happen.
Well, it's just been a joy and a pleasure, and I get much more of it. The hardest thing for me during this pandemic is to not be able to hug the little ones. They give me so much joy.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, I could sit here and talk with you for about 4 hours. However, we'll wrap it up for today. And again, just thank you for taking some time. In terms of those of you watching this, thank you also for taking time. This is such a great way to share and connect in the moment that we're in the world and in our lives. And so continue to reach out, continue to plug into the HIP Senior. Just go to thehipsenior.com and read some articles and watch some clips and dream, write them down, start to get curious about what it is, how you're going to grow your brain cells. Are you going to learn Spanish? Are you going to start walking for the first time? What is it? You know, something little, something big, and pursue it. I believe in you. I know Stoney believes in everyone's capabilities. So I just offer encouragement and gratitude, and look forward to connecting with you again next month in February. So thanks so much.